I listened to Drake's Fighting Irish Freestyle and tried to give a fair review. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG, gang. Man, why y'all doing this to me, gang? I'm trying. I'm going to try to be fair. This is what I'm saying to you. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be very open about my opinion. It's going to take some time. If you do not have patience, I suggest you click over to the next review. But this is more of a reaction, per se. I'm not going to play the song. You don't need me to play the song. But I got so much to say, gang, and I'm just going to be fair. My brother-in-law, who I keep telling y'all about, is a Drake fan, sent a text basically telling me to get my affairs in order because the summer was about to shift back to Drake. And I'm like, what are we talking about? So he does this. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting these texts every time Drake does something. So I click it. Fighting Irish Freestyle, Drake. And I'm reading before I read the comments, I read the commentary in the post. And apparently it was a leak, quote unquote leak, on Conductor Williams. Salute to Conductor Williams, who y'all may not know is the producer for a lot of Griselda music. He's one of the beat makers. And he does a lot of stuff for Westside Gun, Conway the Machine, and others inside the Griselda camp. Salute to them boys. And just a little side note, you guys that are tired, quote unquote, this little movement, I'm tired of the repetitive loops. They're not for you, gang. They for us. They for us that really enjoy soulful samples, soulful loops. So you can save the comments about how you're sick and tired of these repetitive loops. They're not for you. You can go back to your bounce music or whatever you're listening to, your trap beats. It's fine. We're good over here. But I digress. I'm trying to be fair because my wife looked at me this morning. She said, you really are a Drake hater. I don't want no one saying that. Right? I don't want no, because she asked me a very honest question about it. And gang, I'm just going to try to be fair and honest. And I know that the internet is all over the place. His fans think it's genius. His detractors think it's trash. And some of you guys are meeting in the middle. But I am not proud of my first response when I first listened to it. I'm not proud of it. I'm just going to be honest. I am a hip-hop head who is supposed to be objectively listening to these records. And I do. I objectively listen to everyone's record. I can give anyone props when they do a song that's good, right? I just saw Urkel from Family Matters made a rap song, and I listened to it. He made a rap song about 30 years ago, and this was in the height of his career. He made a rap video and everything, and I was like, that low-key was not that bad. So I can be objective. Jaleel White was rapping, and I was objective. You understand what I'm telling you? So, and I know the Drake fans, they come for me. I'm not worried about that. I don't care about the Drake fans coming for me. I care about being fair, right? And I know I'm supposed to say, even if I'm a Kenny fan, which I am, and I have no problem with Drake, I'm supposed to say, that joint not bad, or I like the beat. I'm supposed to say something positive about it. And I'm going to get that. I got the whole lyrical breakdown, this and that. And I hate the people that they come under the video that you could tell they haven't even listened really, haven't watched it, and they put the trash can. It's trash. Like you know that person didn't listen. You know they didn't watch it. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to be fair. I'm going to try to be fair. But my initial thoughts that again, I'm a hip hop connoisseur. And my initial thoughts off the gate, I'm listening to it. I'm like, I've heard this cadence from Drake probably 1,000 times. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just talking. I didn't even get to the lyrics. I didn't even get to the dissing of LeBron. I didn't even get to the shots at Kenny. I didn't get to none of that. We get into all that. If you want to be here past 10 minutes, that's good. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm going to be here. This thing's going to take me a while because a lot to unpack. I've heard this cadence from Drake 70 times. I've heard this rhyme structure 70 times. This is why we rock with K. Dot. I'm just going to be honest. He switches up the flow. Let's just start there. Drake sounds the exact... When we want to get in my bag, and when I'm in my bag, Drake, and he sits down and write, if he's writing this, because it's not a foregone conclusion that he wrote this, I'm just going to be honest. I've heard about the powwows where there's a group of them putting these rhymes together. Right? But let me just keep it focused. Let's just assume that he wrote this. I've heard this exact cadence and wordplay, which some of y'all are so impressed with in the comments. I've heard this exact rhyme wordplay every single time he gets on a soul beat. Ransom, who is pretty good, by the way, he tweeted that if you hear a beat like this and it doesn't make you want to switch up your flows and your cadence, you're probably not a real MC. I'm paraphrasing, but he said something to that effect. Now, you can go check it. He got the blue check mark. I believe it's really Ransom that really wrote this, but I agree with him. So from when I first started listening, I wasn't even processing the wordplay. I wasn't processing what the words were coming out. I was listening to the cadence of what he was doing, and I'm like, I got into an argument with my other brother-in-law about 6 years ago that Drake flows and word patterns and cadences is two of them. It's every single time. I'm just an MC. I'm ahead, right? That's what I'm going to notice first. Before I even listen to your words, it can't be that every single soul beat makes you want to do the exact same cadence. I'm trying to be fair, though. I didn't even get to the lyrical content. This going to sound like somebody who is hating. Nah. Because when I don't like a rapper, I really hate you, I'm not going to listen to it at all. I'm not even going to click play. You know how much stuff comes down my timeline? I don't click play at all. 95% of the trash they post, I never click it once. If I don't like a rapper, if I don't like a singer, I'm not going to click it. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to critique it because I don't care. You know what it takes for somebody to argue with you? They got to care about you or your opinion. So for me to argue or debate or critique some rapper's song, I got to care. I don't care about 99% of these artists out here. So for me to click Drake's thing and critique it, I don't need the hype. Right? I mean, it's part of my job at this point, but at some point, when I'm tired of Drake and I'm tired of hearing it, I'm not going to click. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You see, I don't click and debate on Kanye's music no more. I told you, I'm done with that. I don't listen to Kanye music no more. I'm sorry. And I'll do a video one day about when you say the old Kanye, what that really means. Kanye was about to be a revolutionary. And now we got a dude obsessed with tits and ass and bleached girls' assholes. But I digress. Let me keep it moving. I'm gonna move on to the Drake Fighting Irish freestyle. When I listened to this freestyle, the very first thing outside of the cadence that I realized, this dude don't have the passion or aggression no more. You ain't got to be aggressive, but you got to be confident. This dude sound like a broken dude in the bathroom. I'm not even gonna say on the toilet. I'm gonna say in the tub. Just think about everything that went wrong. He probably got a glass of Prosecco, some raspberries in the bottom of it. I hope to God he ain't got no hookah, but whatever's going on, this sound like a dude in the bathroom reflecting and just putting it on the paper. I'm just gonna be honest. Him and J. Cole are broken. These dudes are writing the most emo. They both came back with these emo tracks explaining themselves. Nigga, listen, I'm sick of it. I'm just going to be... No, calm down, Challz. Calm down. You said you was going to be fair. You said you was going to be honest. Fair and honest are brutal sometimes. J. Cole and Drake, look at what they've released since this battle. This dude, Kenny, smoked these niggas. They cooked. Calm down, Challz. We're not going to do this. Listen. These dudes have both released introspective, retrospective tracks. Reflective tracks on the battle, and I don't like either one of the tracks. Simmer down. Simmer down, Challz. Let's keep it fair. So, what I'm trying to say to you, and you're going to say, Challz, but Kendrick speaks on things. He just said he didn't like that Uncle Snoop posted Taylor Made. Isn't that retrospective or emo? And then you're going to say, well, Challz, didn't Kendrick just say he let Lil Wayne down? Isn't he speaking? Is he in the bathtub with a glass of Prosecco? But you know what he said after he said that? That this guy, he let Wayne down? He said, whatever though. And went back to barking. Now, I'm not saying you gotta bark, right? Yes, we want to hear your introspective feelings sometimes. But how many times have we heard Drake with his feelings all the time? You're going to say, see, Challz, Drake can't win. When he raps when he's on his bully shit, you got a problem with it. When he's talking to big money and big things, you got a problem. Then when you said he wasn't emotional. So when he gets emotional and reveals his inner feelings, then you got an issue with that. He can't win. Well, he can't win right now. I'm just going to be honest, because you just lost a battle. You're licking your wounds, and then you coming back with another song licking your wounds. Poor me. You're in this whole rap talking about fake friends, fake money, fake this, fake that. I want to get to these lyrics about LeBron, who went to school, and the name of it, allegedly, we don't even know if Drake named this Fighting Irish, but it's called Fighting Irish Freestyle, and LeBron's high school team were the Fighting Irish. So this record, to me and to a lot of other people, is a LeBron James diss. I'm going to say I have a problem with that, because I believe somewhere on Drake's body is a tattoo of LeBron. Am I bugging out? I need somebody to correct me. Does Drake have some form of LeBron James tattoo on his body? My problem is with this, gang. Once you declare a man your idol, they don't stop being your idol. Right? This is, you idolize this guy. Remember when he had LeBron? He had LeBron. LeBron had Drake on the barbershop. And he said, what'd I tell you? And Drake will start, well, you said that he's sunning you. Right? Now, all this tough talk in this record, I don't believe you. My problem with this record is, and again, at the risk, I don't want to be looked at as a Drake hater, but I'm going to call things as they are. I'm going to call them as they are, no matter who it is, right? And the fact of the matter is, my biggest problem with this record is it's all over the place. It's very You're blaming people. You're victimizing yourself. You're not taking any accountability. You're trying to throw these little stones, right? And to me, it's all deflection. All of these issues you have with all of these people, and nothing about what you did to deserve that. Again, you can rap about what you want, but that's what we're here for, to critique it. Right? And salute to Wayno. I have no problem with what Wayno said in his video, but at the same time, Wayno just did a video saying, can we stop focusing on everything that he says and just enjoy the music? No, Wayno. Then Wayno's my God. This ain't no disrespect to Wayno, but listen, we got to pay attention to these lyrics. I don't care how dope the Conductor Williams beat is, right? We're listening to what he's saying, and I'm trying to be fair. But what he's saying is not sitting right to me. It's sad bubble bath rap to me. I don't know how we got here. Some of you may say it started with Kanye with the pink polos, and now we're doing bubble bath rap. Now the alternative is old school, egotistical, male chauvinist, just a whole another level of rap. But guess what? That's real as well. We don't got to do bubble bath rap to be real. My problem with this is never bigger than him. It's either I'm the greatest or I'm the worst, but it's never about nothing else. It's more pour me stuff in here that I could possibly, this is a therapist's nightmare. Listening to this. I'm just being honest, gang. This is one of the reasons I'm like, I don't even want to go to a therapist if I'm going to sound like this. I got $250 million and I'm sad I'm on streams, gambling, smoking hookah and drinking by myself in a robe. I want to talk about this verse, and I hope the Drake fans, I don't know what to tell you, gang. I don't know why you come here if you expect me to just be like, what are we talking about? I'm going to talk about this. I said I was going to be fair, and I am. And I know some Drake fans going to get in the comments and say the things they say. I have no problem with you. Speak your mind, gang. I know they're going to come. I know it's going to be plenty of them. Speak it. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that this is good or I like it. I feel like every time Drake gets into trouble with the hip-hop community, he wants to find 3 or 4 soul samples and throw us a bone. And then when it's all good, it's right back to popping, locking, doing whatever goofy shit that he's doing. Right? That was harsh. Was that harsh? All right. Simmer down, Challz. Let's get to the lyrics. I don't want to be confused for a hater. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to keep it a buck with you about these lyrics. I'm going to start from the top. Verse 1. The summer is over. I missed it. Barrel was smoking. I kissed it. Oh, shit. He missed the summer? Didn't Drake drop 18 joints? And none of them hitting the summer? Oh, he missed everybody being all overly engaged with him in a good way in the summer. Not like, take a break, bro. Step back. We ain't jocking you right now. This is new to him. Drake is that rich kid that wants to rap, but he don't want none of the problems that come with rap. Meaning, most rappers are from the inner city. I'm just going to be honest. And most of us grew up in some problems. Drake is the rich kid that wants to get in here and have the same exact respect that a dude that got shot at, got put on his knees by the cops, that got locked up. Right? He wants that same energy for him. He wants us to respect him like the same way we respect somebody who came from the hood and really had these problems. And the minute it don't go that way, then it's, oh, the summer's over, I missed it. Let me keep it moving. Barrow was smoking, I kissed it. Farris showed us the renders for Texas is unrealistic. What I just learned today is Farris is his decorator. Something like, not a decorator, but he's building his house in Texas. So he's saying that he showed us the renders for Texas. It's unrealistic. Cut him the check because I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about he's building a house in, I believe in Houston, and the guy, the model he drew up is decadent. And some of the stuff they're probably saying on the budgetary, it doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. He's like, just pay it because I don't want to talk about it. I hate the limits, just do it. Right? You want a waterfall, and then you want like all kind of stuff coming out. You want elephants and dragons, do it. Whatever. But he don't realize that's why people low-key are getting annoyed. Stuff like that. Just cut him the check. It don't matter. Limitless. Just do it. You want us to be sensitive about you. You want us to have sympathy and empathy to you. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to get this extravagant house. I don't even care what it costs. Just pay him. It doesn't matter. This is why people are reacting the way they are to Drake losing this battle. They wanted it so bad, gang. And he's through this whole song trying to figure out why. They cannot stand you. They don't like your lifestyle. I'm just going to be honest. And the difference between, you're going to say, Challz, well, Jay-Z raps about all his art on his walls, his million. Don't him and Beyonce got like a $60 billion house? They're two of the richest black people in the world. Yeah, but Jay-Z comes from the mud. And Jay-Z will tell you that all the time. You're rooting for a dude that came from the Marcy Projects, came from nothing just like you. Right? He never denied his blackness. You're going to say, well, Drake never denied his blackness. He never owned it either. You can't be black when it's convenient. You can't be black to say I'm black on a record. When someone questions your blackness, now you're black, right? No. No. It don't work like that. But let me finish. I'm getting off topic. The world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. So he's saying that Kendrick beating him was gimmicks. He's saying that Not Like Us was a gimmick. He's saying that Pop-Out was a gimmick. And his brother, meaning LeBron James, got tickets to the Pop-Out. And other people that's supposed to be rocking with him, like, I guess YG and other people that's supposed to be on his side, DeRozan and these different people, fell for the gimmicks and they got tickets and they loved every minute. That's my personal opinion of that line. I only like doing these breakdowns because it's so many ways to interpret some of this stuff, and people be like, well, no, he actually meant that. This is my interpretation. That's what it sounds like to me. Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. He's talking, to my opinion, he's talking about Kendrick analyzing his behavior. Just know this shit is personal to us. It wasn't just business. Just know this shit is personal to us. It wasn't just business. Analyzing personal behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I run up the digits. See, it's poor me. Drake, you ran these digits up for a long time. No one ever really was having an issue overtly about you being successful. That is not the issue that people have with you. And I said it earlier. They hate you, but they hate you more for your actions once you got the success. It's not just success in and of itself, right? Let's just be honest. It's a lot of successful people that people just don't hate, right? Let me keep this moving. Or when I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness. That's a double entendre. That is a double entendre. He said, niggas was never happy for me when I run up the digits, or when I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness. Guinness World Records. That's a good double entendre. Guinness is a beer, and Guinness World Records. Drake, you all right with that one? That's a good bar. And I know it went over mad people's head, but that's a dope bar. See? I can be fair. I can be honest, gang. Let me keep this moving. Or when I get my 5th mate back because the color is different. Maybe we trading watches. Remember we trading watches? I gave you that Arabic dial and you gave me the numbered edition. He's talking about when him and LeBron was cool, right? He's talking about they was trading watches. They was boys. They was friends. And they was doing stuff to rich nigga shit. Trading these rich watches back and forth to each other. There's certain stuff we can't relate to, gang. Watches with Arabic dials and trading them with LeBron. We can't relate to this stuff. This is his bro. And shout out to Professor Sky. He said he also calls Aiden Ross his bro. So that word bro is just thrown around. Let's just be honest. So this is coming at LeBron directly. All of this stuff is about LeBron. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Check up on my son like a pediatrician. LeBron's probably like, yo, how's little man doing? Da-da-da. He's like, you're checking up on him like a pediatrician. Double entendre. Sure convinced the gang this shit was rooted in love when it isn't. So he's trying to say that they was fake love. LeBron was faking love. These things are transactional. And I'm gonna steal this from Professor Sky. He said, these things are transactional. And so Drake thinks things that of transactional favors equates to bros and friendships. I'm going to say something very controversial, and I know dude's going to have an issue. But when you're really, really close, when you and a dude is really close, we don't even have to say we bros. We don't even have to put a name on it. Something this close, like if we're that close, you ain't even writing this rap because we've already talked. We've already screamed and yelled on the phone. We've already came to a conclusion. There is no rap to write with your bro. I don't need to take this public because I already screamed on this nigga on the phone 4 times already. He know how I feel. There's nothing to write about with a real bro. Just gonna be honest. Every time you see these dudes using bro, them the dudes that got a fallout 2 years later. I'm just being honest. So I don't need to have no fake. That's my brother. That's my bro. Me and him that close, we wouldn't even need the conversation. He wouldn't have been at the pop out no matter what. So no, he was never your bro. Y'all was cool. Y'all did rich nigga shit. That was about it. Now I'm sure LeBron is like, bro, da-da-da. I'm sure LeBron is trying to piece it up. But at the same time, every time you turn around, every time Kenny dropped, LeBron know the words. So I don't think he was the bro you thought he was. Let me keep this moving. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Sure convinced the gang this shit was rooted in love when it isn't. Show me how different we are. There's blessings in juxtaposition. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with a distance. Figured we was always gonna be close like ovens and kitchens. I was sadly mistaken, the loyalty wasn't a given. So I'm not gonna do what a lot of these, I see a lot of people, they hate the ovens and kitchens line. They hate the juxtaposition line, it works, right? I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. So I think Drake thinks these guys really, I get it, I told you, it's bubble bath rap, it's a self-pity party. But he thinks these guys really are like gonna be like broken up because they're not coming to the OVO Fest in the summer this time. Or whatever's going on, they're not gonna be able to be a part of it. And I think he thinks in a weird way that they're broken up about it. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. See, what Drake don't understand is dudes are moving on with their lives. I'm just gonna be honest. And I feel like he is still stuck in a place where he wants these people to still be his transactional buddies. Like he's now making up with Future in some backwards way. And he's low-key like leaving the door open for a lot of these dudes to come back. I don't know if he needs them more than they need him at this point. I'm just going to be honest. I think these transactions used to pay off majorly for them, but I think the other way around is the issue now. If he can get all this hatred and vitriol to reverse, that could somehow bring back his rapping career. I don't think none of that's going to work, but in his mind, he's probably like, yo, I can get back in the game when these guys stop rocking with me. Like Lil Baby right now is kind of seeming like he's leaning back that way, and it's just like, I don't know, bro. Let me keep this moving. I said I was going to be fair, and I'm trying to be fair. I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm doing a good job or not. Verse 2. And niggas cried the blues for you saying it wasn't malicious. Talking about we family. Well, I'm not the cousin to visit. So he's talking to LeBron saying, people was like saying LeBron didn't mean nothing by it. He wasn't trying to disrespect you, which he wasn't. But Drake is in his bubble bath bag right now. So now he's a little feeling away by LeBron and If this was me, I'm just going to be on. If I'm Drake and all these guys popped up at the pop out, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of knowing that bothered me. See, in my opinion, the art of war, you're showing weakness by making these records, saying your true feelings of these people going to the pop out, telling us that it bothered you. You'll never be able to live this stuff down. And as a rapper, you got to have some form of decorum where we kind of think, okay, this dude is not a full, complete cream puff. I know it's sad. I know it's archaic. I know it's old school 90s mentality. I know I'm a dinosaur in the old head. I know I'm the problem. But at some point, we don't want our rappers to be cream puffs. It's just, that's not what we're looking for from our rappers. Maybe there's another genre that all the people that are super emotionally distraught can flourish. But you can't get in hip hop and get all the ice and the chains and the Maybachs and all this tough talk, but you want us to feel your emotional side all the time. And you want to express it on every record, how you're always being hated on and mistreated and judged, misunderstood, and they don't respect when I get the money. They want the... Bruh. Right? I don't want to say man up, but low-key man up. And I get it. You're going to say, Challz, all rappers do this. Yes, but they have a switch. And there's a time and a place for that. When you're on the outs of a battle you just lost horribly, your rap career is in trouble. Let's not make no mistake. Let's not make no mistake. This dude rap career is in trouble. As a rapper, it's difficult to believe him. It's difficult for people to say, yeah, throw that Drake on, the old stuff, sure. Sure. Throw the old stuff on. But as a artist, to be taken seriously as a rapper, people have to, one, believe you, and number two, they have to respect you. And it's hard for people to do both when you're coming out here in your slippers and doing bubble bath rap. The only people going on and gushing about this song are Drake's hardcore fans, which I said for months. The only people that are going to respect this stuff is his fans. They're under the moon. They're the dudes are like, my GOAT is back. Some dude wrote, he said, this one track is better than the whole GNX. They're tripping out there, gang. It is a sea of zombies. Drake fans, if I'm Drake, I'm just going to rap for my fans. These raps are not for his fans. He's not giving them anything to believe in. If I'm a Drake fan, I'm going to put my flag down for a while and just wait. Because this is really, to me, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you like and respect. To me, this is too much bubble bath for my GOAT. My top 5, ain't none of their stuff is bubble bath. Yeah, you want to get the retrospective, you want the introspective, but you can still be on your 10 toes and be introspective at the same time. Right? So to me, if I'm a Drake fan, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna be propping this up as look at my GOAT. But let me keep it moving. I hope my brother-in-law ain't watching this. I got a lot of Drake fans around me, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. I got a lot of Drake fans around me. And that's okay. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. I'm okay. It's fine. I'm surrounded. I'm in the belly, but I'm okay. I'm okay. You ain't gotta check on me. We don't need no wellness check. It's okay. I just hope they don't watch some of these videos because I'm not always kind to Drake. Let me keep it moving. No disrespect to you guys. You can like him. And niggas cried the blues for you, saying it wasn't malicious, talking about we family. Well, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever got to tarnish your public image. All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings. Now he's thinking back. He's talking about when he first started rocking with LeBron or whoever he's talking about. And he says, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever got to tarnish your public image. He's saying that his rep's so messed up right now, LeBron can't be seen around him, yada, yada, whatever. That's my opinion. Niggas wanted trouble, grabbed a shovel and dug up some dishes. Covered my body in dirt, but that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was a body double, and we've done dozens of switches. That could be looked at mad different ways, but I'm going to take it for face value. It could be a double entendre about a lot of stuff, deeper stuff, but I'm not going to go deeper. I'm just going to take it. He's basically saying that wasn't him that got bodied. That was a body double. Y'all been wrong. Y'all think it was me. It was never me. I never got body double. I never got bodied, right? So I'm sure there's some more deeper meaning to it, but I'm not going no deeper with it. I'm taking it for the surface. So he's saying, y'all wrong. I never got bodied. Niggas tried to light the front gate up. It wasn't for Christmas. He's talking about when they shot up his front gate. That had nothing to do with Kendrick. He's not saying it had anything to do with Kendrick. We all know that got to do with the Weeknd and whatever issues they got going on over there. Or, as some people say, it was a conspiracy where he tried to deflect and make the battle stuff go away or fade into the background because there was a shooting at his gate. And now this is getting serious. And I can't rap about this no more. Some people think that it was an orchestrated story to move the narrative away from him losing this battle and toward how dangerous this could be. Remember Tupac and Biggie? We need to fall back and regroup and think about how we're going to proceed forward. Like some people think that it was a orchestrated attempt, and it very well could have been. Let me keep this moving. I said a prayer that morning for Sean, and it wasn't religious. It came from a place of desperation and utter submission. Rapping was over for now. It came like a sudden decision. He's talking about when they shot the gate up, he couldn't rap no more. It was done. He was done with all the whole shenanigans and nonsense because it's getting dangerous now, right? I don't give a fuck about you snakes or these other musicians. Niggas started fucking with my family. I'm going to prison. And we all crashing out together. My brother's complicit. Who put a pipe bomb in your trunk? It wasn't Exhibit. So Exhibit has a song where he says, who put the pipe bomb in your trunk? It wasn't Exhibit. He's making a play on words. But at the same time, to me, this is threats. When you are hurt and you're alone and you're a wounded animal, you start thinking of everything. And some of the things you're going to think about is retribution and revenge. And I believe that he's so steamed about this battle because he's the only one bringing this up constantly. Let's just be honest. He's the only one bringing this up constantly. And I think in some of them thoughts where he's alone by himself in the bubble bath with the robe next to him, ready to get out, he thinks about killing this dude. I'm just going to be honest. Dark thoughts. He's on stake, hitting spin over and over, doing $20,000 bets. He's thinking about, I can just kill this little dude. You know what I'm saying? Just going to be honest. Let me keep it moving. Who put the pipe bomb in your trunk? It wasn't Exhibit. I'm trying to blow the doors off that bitch when you touch the ignition. That's a threat. But then I got to remember who made this shit come to fruition. Who got the most to lose and who's in that other position. He's trying to say he got more to lose than anybody else, Kenny or anybody else who's his adversary in this verse. Signal conversations, boy, I hope they got double encryption. I'd hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. He's saying he don't want to go to jail for blowing up somebody or killing somebody over this beef. This nigga put a rabbit out of a hat and y'all love a musician. And I understand that he has to try to detract it. He has to try to belittle it and make it small. I just wish, right? And me as a rapper myself for umpteen years, for 100 years, I've been rapping. At some point, you gotta just rap. Prove that your raps are better than his. You keep trying to belittle his raps and make them seem like gimmicks and magic tricks instead of just showing us your raps. This whole thing is about not being respected and people walking all over me and people hating me and people, he's a magician and you fell for the gimmicks. That instead of just, he could have just rapped. He could have rapped his ass off. And one of the things I never understood about this battle, I'm gonna just be honest with you, why he never just rapped. It was always responding to Kenny. It was always deflecting or reflecting on something Kendrick said. Just rap. Just rap. You could have just ate this dude just rapping. And when you folded up and started to respond to everything he was saying, that's when you immediately lost. Just tell us what the hell is whack about him. Right? Just tell us what's whack about. When Nas came back with Ether, all he did was laser focus on everything he didn't like about Jay-Z. That's all he did. Right? And he responded a little bit like da-da-da about his legacy, but he was like, dude, you can't take nothing from my legacy. And that's what Drake is not doing. He's like, when he defends his legacy, it's like, dag, y'all always bringing my legacy down. Stand on your shit. If your shit is a legacy, then just stand on it, top of it. Like, fuck y'all niggas. Stop trying to tell us, yeah, well, you don't never like my stuff. Like, come on, gang, listen. It sound like little, soft, scary rap. It's never like it's like it's always you're gonna force my hand. You're gonna force me to blow up your car. Like, no, if you that nigga, blow up the car. What we talking about? Diddy blew up the car. He didn't do a lot of threatening. Right? Blew up the car. What we talking about? I'm not telling you to blow up this nigga car, but if you saying that's what you think about doing, don't keep talking about it. Let me keep it moving. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. This nigga put a rabbit out of a hat and y'all love a musician. It's funny to see how y'all rejoicing and hugging and kissing. What are they celebrating? I'll rent out the club in addition. Nothing was the same with all you bitches and nothing's forgiven. But next time, bury me in gold. My blood is Egyptian. He's still expressing that he was buried. We all buried him, right? More than once in this song, he's referencing the fact that to us, he was killed. He was buried, and he keeps trying to tell us that wasn't me. Or if you bury me in gold like an Egyptian. You're still buried. Somebody got buried. Either you, your stunt double, Kenny buried somebody. Stop acknowledging that. Stop acknowledging that he won and you lost. Or we perceived you to lose, so then we fell for gimmicks because the entire thing is an excuse for a loss. Somebody lost. You, your body double, Kenny beat somebody. You're not saying you won. That's the problem. All his fans are trying to tell us that he won, except for him. Even Ja Rule don't go around talking about I lost. Huh? What'd you say, Challz? I said Ja Rule never goes around saying he lost to 50 Cent. Drake will tell you in every kind of roundabout way that he lost. This is my problem and everybody else's problem in hip-hop. You keep talking about you lost. The Dennis James came out when the vodka is flooding in my system, so you got to get drunk. I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction. I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission. I know about the father's habits part. Kenny already said that. So you're acknowledging that Kendrick was right, that you are an addictive person with bad personality traits. But the mother's permission, I don't get that line. I'm sorry. I wish someone else could tell me in the comments what he means by I got my mother's permission. My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. I hope to God that that's not a real line. I hope to God that there's not some girl out there like Drake's my brother and he's going to go in this song and say, I told my dad that's not my sister. What the hell did this chick do to you to say some shit like that? Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches, and dozens of Christians. Also developed a deep respect for my Muslim religion, for the Muslim religion. I'm staring at my daddy while y'all tell me I wasn't that nigga. That's fucking crazy. So, he said grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians. He's talking about both sides. He had Jews and then he had Christians. And he also developed a deep respect for the Muslim religion. So he's basically trying to assert that he's well circled and well versed in all of these things. And his blackness deserves as much credit as his whiteness because he's been there and done that. Now, I'm staring at my daddy while y'all telling me I wasn't that nigga. So, like I said earlier in the video, you can't be black when you feel like it. It's not something you can turn on and you can turn off. Let me just give you a scenario. Me getting pulled over by the cops in the car by myself is different than Drake getting pulled over by the cops in the car by himself. We're going to feel two different ways. Just going to be honest. And I have been pulled out of the car, right? I don't know if y'all know that. I have been handcuffed more than once by the cops for whatever reason, right? I don't know if he's had. So that's a part of this blackness thing that we rap about in these raps. That's why we find it difficult to side with Drake in a lot of these issues, that he wants us to be like, yeah, you that nigga. Nigga is a complex word. I'm just going to be honest. When somebody says you that nigga, that means you did something to earn that. Right? It's dudes in the hood that get that stamp because they official. Some of us don't think Drake has proven to be official. Like I said, I'm not a hater. I think I was fair. I hope I was fair. I'm not a Drake hater, but at this point in time, when I see all the shenanigans and I see the bubble bath rap, I see the victimization of himself, he doesn't assert himself anymore. It's all this emo rap or some bubblegum pop ass song. I don't listen. Listen, my playlist, I'm just gonna be honest, gang. I don't listen to this. I don't listen to this. If you check my playlist for the last 5 years, let me help you out. I listen to Kendrick. It's gonna be some Conway the Machine in there. It's gonna be some Freddie Gibbs in there. It's gonna be some Benny the Butcher. It's gonna be some Pusha T. It's gonna even be LL new album. It's gonna be Redman's new album. It's gonna be some Tribe Called Quest in there. Right? It's gonna be the De La Soul. Right? I don't really, okay, I'm sorry to tell you. It's gonna be some Black Star to a degree, which I don't rock with Talib right now either, but it's gonna be some of that, right? Let me see. I like Doechii new stuff. I'm still checking out Schoolboy, checking out Absol, right? Let me see what else. It's just not a lot of, it's not a lot of that. It's not a lot of bubblegum. It's more, right? It's just, it is what it is, gang. It's not a lot of bathtub rap. It's just not a lot of bathtub rap. And yes, everybody on that list got an emotional, they're going to make a record or two where they're going to have things that are introspective and they're going to say a few things that they, you know, probably shouldn't be putting on record, but they're confessing to something that is a little bit not as like, oh, I'm a drug dealer, I'm rough and tough. But at the same time, the record is it's much more confident. I like the artists that really, they stand on what they're saying and they mean that shit, right? Drake don't have the background or the lyrical capability to stand in them guys' shoes that I'm talking about. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. He was never going to be Kendrick. He don't have the lyrical wherewithal to do it. He don't have the life experiences to do it. He's too vapid and his world is too small. It's all self-centered. It's all around money and what I can do for you and what you can do for me. It's not a bigger picture thing. And it definitely ain't a hood thing. Right? Just gonna be honest. I relate to people that struggled like I did. I can hear it in their voice. When I first heard, and anybody that really from the hood, just a struggle-orientated person, when you first heard Reasonable Doubt, you were like, that's some real-ass shit. That's one of the realest albums I've ever heard. When you first heard Illmatic, you were like, that's some real-ass shit. So this is what Drake wants to be in the company of. Reasonable Doubt, Illmatic. He hasn't made an album that even comes close to any of that. When you start talking about Drake, you start talking about numbers. These numbers were manufactured by a record label. The record label that's now taking down his video of anything he do. This dude did a freestyle and they took it down. They removed the Fighting Irish freestyle from Conductor Williams' page because they still got Drake in their clutches and they ain't letting him go ever. And that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on how this dude can't even put up a freestyle without it getting snatched down by UMG. But that's a whole nother topic. Let me know what you think in the video. Was I fair? Did I offend somebody? I don't know. But I tried to be honest. I don't like the song. I'm supposed to, but it's just too wham. I'm by the pool, and y'all don't like me no more. CLBMG. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
CLB.